On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Paradoxical.
Seemingly contradictory or absurd because of having two opposite features or facts, though it is probably true.
Examples:
A paradoxical anecdote. Apparently paradoxical. It is paradoxical that the French, who prefer animal foods, live longer than people in other countries.
Narcissist.
A person who is excessively self-absorbed, especially regarding their appearance or achievements.
Examples:
Relationship with a narcissist. Somatic narcissist. He thinks she is a high narcissist because she always talks about herself and her accomplishments.
Boredom.
A state of weariness, restlessness, or impatience that arises from not being interested or engaged in an activity, task, or situation.
Examples:
Boredom relief. Chronic boredom. The long lecture on a topic I already knew left me struggling to fight off boredom.
Concede.
To acknowledge or admit the truth or existence of something, often reluctantly.
Examples:
Concede a territory. Concede a point. He had to concede defeat after losing the game.
Hush.
To make or become silent, especially by urging or persuading others to be quiet or by speaking softly or gently, to keep something secret or confidential.
Examples:
Hush for a while. Hush up a case. Please hush your voice so that the baby can sleep.
Personalize.
To make something or an experience specific to an individual or group, often through adding personal details or tailoring it to their preferences or needs. To add personal details or information to something.
Examples:
Personalize social media profile. Personalize my workspace. I like to personalize my phone case with a picture of my dog.
Improvise.
To create or perform something on the spot, without preparation or planning, to use what one has available to do or create something.
Examples:
Improvise a joke. Improvise an escape plan. We had to improvise a tent using a tarp and sticks since we didn't have a proper one.
Pronoun.
A word that takes the place of a noun in a sentence, such as he, she, they, or it.
Examples:
Pronoun usage. Possessive pronoun. In English, personal pronouns such as he, she, and they can replace a person's name to avoid repetition.
Solipsism.
A philosophical idea that only the self and its experiences are sure to exist or can be proven to exist, an extreme form of subjectivity in which only the individual's mind is considered valid or certain.
Examples:
Ethical solipsism. The philosopher's theories on solipsism. The novel portrays the protagonist's journey from youthful solipsism to a more empathetic understanding of those around him.
Timbre.
The quality of sound that is produced by particular voices or musical instruments sounds different from each other.
Examples:
The timbre of a musical sound. The timbre of her soprano. His voice had a deep timbre.
Compress.
To press or squeeze together to make something take up less space.
Examples:
Compress the chest. Compress gas. She compressed the files into a single zip archive to save space on her computer.
Chopstick.
A pair of thin, tapered sticks used in East Asian cultures to pick up and eat food.
Examples:
Chopstick holder. Wooden chopstick. She struggled to grab the sushi with chopsticks.
Egocentric.
Centered on oneself or one's interests to the exclusion of others, overly focused on one's own needs, desires, or opinions and disregarding those of others.
Examples:
Egocentric personality. Egocentric worldview. His egocentric behavior was causing problems in his personal and professional life.
Scar.
A mark that remains on the skin after a wound has healed.
Examples:
Burn scar. Carry a scar. Even after the wound has healed, a scar remains.
Multiplicity.
A large number or variety of something, the quality or state of being multiple or manifold.
Examples:
Functional multiplicity. Multiplicity of languages. The multiplicity of colors in the sunset was truly breathtaking.
Solitary.
Existing, living, or doing without others.
Examples:
Use of solitary confinement. A solitary traveler. He never uttered a solitary word.
Communion.
The act or condition of exchanging or sharing thoughts and feelings. Christianity, the act of participating in the celebration of the Eucharist.
Examples:
Communion with God. Spiritual communion with nature. We use this tableware in a communion service.
Soloist.
A person who performs a solo, especially a solo musician or singer.
Examples:
A vocal soloist. Soloist musician. The soloist's performance was the highlight of the concert.
Tedious.
Tiresome or boring because of being repetitive, dull, or too long, causing mental or physical fatigue due to its unrelenting nature.
Examples:
Tedious task. Tedious routine. The work of data entry can be tedious, but it is important for maintaining accurate records.
Tiresome.
Causing weariness, boredom, or annoyance, dull, monotonous, or tedious.
Examples:
Tiresome task. A tiresome person. The tiresome argument between the two politicians seems to have no end.
Notate.
To write or mark down musical notes or symbols on a sheet of music or a musical manuscript, to make a written record or notation of something.
Examples:
Notate a transcription. Notate a poem. As a musician, you must notate your compositions accurately for others to read and understand.
Metaphysics.
The branch of philosophy that deals with the fundamental nature and the first principles of reality, including abstract concepts such as being, knowing, identity, time, and space.
Examples:
Metaphysics study. The nature of metaphysics. Kant's thoughts provided the foundational ideas for treating metaphysics as a discipline.
Pictograph.
A symbol or picture that represents a word, phrase, or concept, a form of communication that uses pictures or symbols to convey information.
Examples:
Hand-drawn pictograph. Pictograph symbols. The cave paintings are ancient pictographs that tell stories of the past.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Freehand.
Done or created without the use of aids, tools, or guidelines, drawn, sketched, or created by hand without the use of stencils or other mechanical methods.
Examples:
Freehand drawing. Freehand signature. She drew a freehand sketch of the landscape, accurately capturing the mountains and rivers.
Hieroglyph.
A writing system using picture symbols, such as the one used in ancient Egypt.
Examples:
Egyptian hieroglyph. The hieroglyph of the bird. Each beautiful hieroglyph represents either an idea or a sound.
Gratify.
To give pleasure or satisfaction to provide someone with what they want or need, to indulge or satisfy a desire or appetite.
Examples:
Gratify desires. Gratify curiosity. I always try to gratify my boss by achieving the sales target every month.
Dilettante.
Referring to a person who dabbles or shows superficial interest in a subject, field, or art without serious commitment or expertise, often conveys a lack of depth or serious dedication.
Examples:
Dilettante artist, dilettante enthusiast. The company's dilettante approach to marketing was evident when its campaign lacked a clear target audience.
Pedigree.
The recorded ancestry or genealogical background of a person or animal, a list of ancestors, especially of purebred animals, that documents the genetic lineage of a particular animal or line of animals.
Examples:
Family pedigree, pedigree chart. The dog's pedigree proved that it came from a long line of champion show dogs.
Rename.
To give a new name to something, to change the name of something.
Examples:
Rename the street. Rename in plain English. The new owners renamed the restaurant to give it a fresh start.
Provocation.
Action or speech that intentionally causes someone to become angry, irritated, or frustrated, a reason or motive for something, often negative or undesired.
Examples:
Provocation tactics. Verbal provocation. The politician's speech was seen as a provocation to the opposition party.
Synchronize.
To happen or cause to happen at the same time or rate.
Examples:
Synchronize movements. Synchronize our watches. The ball speed will increase when the lower body movements are perfectly synchronized.
Wristwatch.
A small timepiece designed to be worn on the wrist, typically comprised of a strap or bracelet and a clock face with hour, minute, and sometimes second hands.
Examples:
Quartz wristwatch. Classic wristwatch. I received a beautiful wristwatch as a graduation gift from my parents.
Fabricate.
To make something, especially by assembling parts or constructing it from raw materials. To invent and present something false as true or real to deceive someone.
Examples:
Fabricate a chemical. Fabricate an excuse. The detective discovered that the witness had fabricated her story about the crime.
Scavenger.
An animal or bird that feeds on carrion, dead animals, or other scavenged material. A person who searches for and collects discarded or unwanted items, often to sell or reuse them.
Examples:
Scavenger bird. Marine scavenger. Crows are common scavengers in urban areas and will eat almost anything.
Intonation.
The rise and fall of the voice pitch in speaking.
Examples:
Question intonation. An unchanging intonation. Some questions have a rising intonation in English.
Mayhem.
A state of chaos, disorder, and violence, typically caused by a riot, violent confrontation, or rapid and widespread destruction, a situation of extreme confusion, disorder, and damage.
Examples:
snowstorm mayhem, create mayhem. The rioters caused mayhem in the streets, breaking windows and starting fires.
Clarinet.
A musical instrument of the woodwind family, with a single reed, a cylindrical bore, and a curved mouthpiece, known for its versatility and rich, warm tone.
Examples:
clarinet reed, clarinet player. The clarinet's unique sound added to the jazz ensemble.
Virulent.
Extremely harmful or poisonous, especially in a physical or biological sense, highly infectious or contagious, intensely bitter or hostile.
Examples:
virulent disease, virulent criticism. The virulent virus spread rapidly through the close-knit community.
Decibel.
Also dB, a unit used to measure the intensity of sound or the comparative loudness of two sounds based on a logarithmic scale.
Examples:
decibel level, adjust the decibel. The concert reached 100 decibels, causing many people to cover their ears.
Affective.
Relating to emotions or feelings, able to influence or evoke emotions.
Examples:
effective communication, effective response. The effective bond between the mother and child was evident.
Glut.
An excessive amount of something, especially of a commodity, that results in a decline in price.
Examples:
glut of information, capital glut. The restaurant had a glut of food left over from the weekend.
Concerto.
A composition for one or more solo instruments and an orchestra, typically in 3 movements.
Examples:
piano concerto, violin concerto. A renowned symphony orchestra performed the piano concerto.
Mischievous.
Causing or showing a fondness for playfully causing trouble, harmful or troublesome, especially in a playful or amusing way.
Examples:
mischievous grin, mischievous sense of humor. The mischievous child played pranks on his siblings all day long.
Dramatist.
Also dramaturge, a writer of plays, dramas, or theatrical pieces.
Examples:
the dramatist's latest production, modern dramatist. The famous dramatist wrote many successful plays during his career.
Ontology.
A branch of metaphysics concerned with the nature of being and the existence.
Examples:
medical ontology, ontology theory. The ontology of the universe is a complex and constantly evolving concept.
Conventionally.
In a way that follows accepted customs, rules, or standards, in a way that is typical or traditional.
Examples:
conventionally dressed, conventionally grown crops. Conventionally, doctors recommend getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night for optimal health.
Aphasia.
A language disorder that affects a person's ability to use or understand words, often caused by brain damage, such as stroke, brain injury, or neurological condition, which can result in difficulty speaking, writing, reading, or comprehending language.
Examples:
global aphasia, amnesic aphasia. After her stroke, my grandmother suffered from expressive aphasia, making it difficult for her to articulate her thoughts.
Choreograph.
To compose a sequence of dance steps, often to music.
Examples:
choreograph a stage performance. Exquisitely choreographed. He had choreographed the dance in this play himself.
Instruct.
To teach someone practical skills or knowledge, to formally order or tell someone to do something.
Examples:
instruct a student. Instruct a computer. The facility manager instructed the security guards to be on high alert.
Warp.
To twist or bend out of shape, especially as a result of being heated, to distort or twist the meaning or sense of something.
Examples:
warp under pressure. Become warped. The ship's hull was warped from years of use in rough seas.
Footnote.
A note of additional information provided at the bottom of a page in a book or document, often indicated by a superscript number or symbol in the main text.
Examples:
footnote citation. Add a footnote. I included a footnote in my essay to provide additional information and sources for my argument.
Obsessive.
Relating to or characterized by an obsession or excessive interest in a particular thing or activity, tending to dwell on or repeat certain thoughts or behaviors.
Examples:
obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive thoughts. Her obsessive behavior towards perfectionism often led to burnout.
Delusion.
A false belief or impression that is firmly held despite evidence to the contrary.
Examples:
grand delusion. Labor under a delusion. He had a delusion that he was a millionaire.
Loathe.
To feel strong hatred or disgust for someone or something. To be unwilling or reluctant to do something.
Examples:
loathe violence. Loathe broccoli. I absolutely loathe spiders and can't stand to be near them.
Schizophrenia.
A severe mental disorder in which a person has a distorted view of reality and may experience hallucinations, delusions, and disordered thinking and behavior.
Examples:
Schizophrenia spectrum disorder. Schizophrenia treatment. The schizophrenia patient was experiencing severe auditory hallucinations.
Dissociative.
Characterized by a disconnect or separation from reality, often due to trauma or stress, inducing a separation or division of a previously unified whole.
Examples:
Dissociative identity disorder. Dissociative state. The dissociative drug ketamine has been used to treat depression in some cases.
Peril.
Serious and great danger or risk.
Examples:
The peril of the sea. Environmental peril. Due to hunger, the lives of the refugees were in peril.
Fling.
To throw or push something or someone with force or recklessness, especially because you are angry.
Examples:
Fling a stream of abuse. Fling a door open forcefully. He was provoked to fling the draft on the floor.